First day of spring, folks, and I am taking down the wreath, the Christmas wreath, which barely survived the winter. It lost its moss guts and everything, but yes, happy spring. I put the wreath here with my dead robin friend. Isn't that an uplifting spring thought? Underneath my shore pine tree out here by the garden. So Albert has about had it with this balmy 40-degree weather.
I hate spring.
Oh, if that was good, I would snowman all that snow off my garlic beds.
Yeah, get to work.
The difficulty here is trying to find the pathways where I can walk, but I think that these grooves right here are where the pathways are. Still a little bit of snow melting on the greenhouse beds here. See what the temperature is. 52 Fahrenheit in the shade. Well, folks, this is not what I planned to do on my first day of spring, but I got the snow off all 3 beds of my garlic, and I've got a bunch of scary headless snowmen out here. I just looked. Oh my goodness, people. Oh, the orich is up. Orich. And I'm seeing a few lettuce coming up too. I think that's it. Is that it? No. Oh my goodness. Is the bok choy coming up? Oh my goodness. I'm putting all the starts in this greenhouse because this door is easier to open. This is my stupid Velcroed plastic door that I've been meaning to change for years. And I've got all my little guys in here except for the chard, which hasn't popped up yet. Actually, one of the bok choy isn't quite up either, but because this other bok choy is popping up, I thought I'd just get them both out. And I carried them out on a oven tray. So a little bit of snow on the beds, but that should be gone pretty soon. And so I'll be working on getting drip pulled down, etc. in the next few days. 48 degrees Fahrenheit inside the greenhouses here. It might warm up just a little bit later on, and nighttime temperatures are above freezing, so these guys should be fine. This will get them used to the temperatures and also give them light so they don't get leggy, and I don't have to worry about setting up a makeshift nursery with lighting. They can just live out here for a little bit before I poke them into the soil in the greenhouse beds. Dudes, the sun just came out, like the clouds just pretty much kind of all went away. Well, there's a few of them up there, but not too many. Let's see what the greenhouse temp is. 61 degrees in the shade here. Ooh, I'm a little worried that the surface soil will dry out. Probably need to get some row cover on here to retain the moisture. Hopefully my little guys don't get too hot in their little houses. Oh, it's probably okay. I turned their little hats sideways so they have a little bit more of a gap for some more airflow. Let's see how that works. Okie doke. So I've got some chard popping up. So I'll take this out to the greenhouse table with the rest of the starts. I hope they didn't freeze last night. 56 degrees. And I've got my little chard friend out here with all his little buddies. And let's see. Well, it appears that everybody survived. Okay, folks, so it's overcast today. A few little sun breaks here and there. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I'm gonna try and get this plastic pulled off the garlic. Okay, so I've got the boards that weighted the edges down. I've got those off. I think I'm probably gonna need help, but I'm just gonna see if I can't do this myself. We'll see. Okay, dudes, so they're uncovered. Oh, let's see if I can get down here without slips, tripping, and falling. And I'm seeing some garlic popping up at the very end here. Here's one. Here's another. Yep. Okay, so I ended up pulling the two piles of plastic, the one by the greenhouses and the one over here, spread them out in the snow, rolled them up the best I could, and stashed them in here with the rest of the tarps. Hopefully they stay put. But yeah, done with that job. So I thought I safely had another day before we had a freezing night. Forecast didn't show freezing. It was overcast yesterday, but it got down to 33 Fahrenheit last night, and then for a few hours it was freezing. So I assume that maybe my little starts on the tables in the greenhouses, you know, maybe the greenhouse maintain enough heat through the night that they'll be okay. Because my plan was today to plop them into the greenhouse beds, you know, a little earlier than I wanted, because we do have forecast for freezing nights a few nights out. So anyway, let's see what happened. Sun is popping out. I'm hearing a bunch of little birds twittering and tweeting. I don't see them though. So far, so good. I mean, these guys look like they're okay, right? Some of these little fellows are having a hard time popping out of their pellets. Okay, so since I have the tables in here, I think I'm gonna start in this other greenhouse and get the bok choy planted in this bed and the kale in this bed over here. I'm gonna start out by raking this a little bit flat, and that will disturb whatever little tiny weeds are trying to grow too. So yeah, I just felt down here, there's still a lot of moisture from the snow melting, but the surface is a little bit dry, so good time to get these little plugs stashed in there, get it covered with some row cover to retain the moisture. But next up, I'm going to pull down this drip hose, and you know, so then I know where to plant, because each line has a hole every foot, and then they're kind of staggered, so I'll kind of essentially have a plant every 6 inches. I've got the drip line laid out, and I've got my bok choy. Usually I let these guys grow up a little bit more, and then I thin them down to one seedling, but I am just going to plop them out like this. Oakley dokley, this is going to be a this is going to be a little crazy. Yeah, let's see. So there's one right here. Let's go off to the right just a little bit, so the drip's not dripping right on his head. I don't need to go down very far. Oh my goodness, you guys. Any little rock is like a boulder. Okay, buddy, are you in there? Oh yes, and I have my second tray of bok choy as well. These ones were a little slower germinating. 2 left, so I got 78 in this bed. So I'll probably water these in before I put the row cover on tonight, but I'm gonna hit all the other beds and get those done first, and then do the watering and row covering. It is a balmy 60 degrees Fahrenheit with the sun occasionally popping out. It is not 9 o'clock at night. Okay, so I've got all 40 of the Toscana kale planted at this end, and the dazzling blue, I've got 32 planted at that end. Just 8 little fellows left there. And I'm noticing that the soil on this bed is a lot more moist from the snow than this bed over here, which I'm assuming is a lot more warm from being right up against the plastic and getting lots of sun. I moved a couple of the tables from the other greenhouse over here to give myself more room. And just a reminder, this is going to be the basil greenhouse. This bed right here is where I'll put the first succession of basil kind of sometime in May when it's warm enough. So that's why I put the bok choy here. So assuming it's going to grow faster, I can harvest it first. Whereas the kale might take a little bit longer and I can eat off it longer and then put the second succession of basil into that bed later on. Okay, so in the other greenhouse where we're gonna have cucumbers go out about May as well, I've got everything planted. We've got orach on that side, so that's 40 minus 2 is 38. And chard, which is on this end, 40 minus, what do we got, 4? So that's, what, 36? And this bed over here is Salanova lettuce, a mix of green sweet crisp and red incised. And so I've got, let's see, a total of 80 minus 4, which is 76, right? Okay, so I decided before dinner to go ahead and get this all done. I got the bok choy watered in, row cover on both these beds. Things are melting out here. And so then I also got the row cover on these beds in here too. So done for the night for real. I bought these radishes at the grocery store. And because usually I would plant some radishes at the bed ends to attract slugs away, but they wouldn't be mature right now. So I'm going to plant these little guys. I don't know if they'll live, if their little roots are still viable, but it will be something for the slugs if they're all awake and like, I'm hungry. Then they'll be more interested in this than eating my little tiny seedlings. So anyway, that's the plan. Hi. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a block of wood here, just a piece of wood for the slugs to live under. And I'm just gonna plant these guys. I've got a bum thumb and it's got like a pinched nerve and it's making everything hard to do out in the garden. There they go. Can you see those? So I've been putting this turmeric poultice, or how do you pronounce that, on my thumb, so it's all like bright yellow. I've got the radishes at all the bed ends in this greenhouse too, so I think that's it. Next week I've got a number of projects. Last year I put row cover over my garlic. You know, it keeps them a little bit warmer and also it keeps any birds from clawing out the cloves. But I haven't seen any birds yet, so I do need to get the fencing up around the garden because I don't really want the deer tromping through the garlic beds either. I've got to get mess cleaned up over here, polylow tunnels underneath the snow and the tarps over the carrots. If they're frozen or not, I have no idea. So yeah, but I'm just gonna wait till next week. Take care of all that then. See you guys then.
Bye, everyone. See you next week. winter.